Good evening and welcome to Wattos Weekly Podcast. My apologies for being not quite on the ball and waiting till Monday before I send this over. Frankly, I've been a bit achy bakey by all Sunday and I got up too late to do it this morning. So, anyway, it has given me a chance to look at all the highlights and all the discussions about Saturday's game against Southampton. And where do you start? What should have been a great game of football, an epic, was ruined by officials who were full of their own self, basically. Uh, Start with the linesman when they equalised. Uh, I'm not going to say that was offside because I was at the other end of the ground. However, I can tell by the reaction of the people at the Tilton end that it was highly suspicious, and there's I've seen no conclusive proof on any replays that he was offside. However, what does get my goat, I saw the linesman, and let's call them linesmen because they're not assisting anybody. They're just standing on the line and looking like ornaments, to be honest. The linesman who didn't put his flag up made his ritual run back to 30 yards inside Blue's half and stood to attention with his flag by his side with an attitude of, look at me, the whole world thinks I got that wrong, but I know I got it right. Well, you didn't. I could be on the telly. Yeah, you could. You could be on the next train home as well if you wanted to be. And then, of course, let's talk about the game for a bit. We had a wonderful start with Mayoshi's smashing the ball past their goalkeeper into the top corner after 2 minutes. Wonderful. And we were absolutely mothering them. You know what they say about bad luck? If you don't have bad luck, you don't have any luck. Well, that's certainly our case. Bakuna broke through from the halfway line. The, the, the whole Southampton defence retreating, not go left, right, up or down, and he let fly, ricochetted against the post and hits the goalkeeper. Now, we've all seen those kind of goals. Have you ever seen one miss? No, I haven't either. They hit the post, they hit the goalkeeper, and they go in the net. Not this one. It goes out for a corner. Anyway, that's our luck. And then, of course, they equalised with this offside goal. And to be fair, they after that they were probably on top. They had more of the play. Well, they had more of the play through the whole game, but we'll come on to that in a bit. And John Ruddy was called into action 5 or 6 times in that first half, including one miraculous save with his feet, and we scrambled the ball clear. But then, lo and behold, we broke out of that. Long ball from Sanderson. Their centre half messed it up completely, headed it on, and Stansfield was away like an absolute greyhound. Arrives in the box, lets fly with his right foot, and get that out. You don't stop them. It was a terrific goal, a typical Stansfield goal. He always looks good when he aims for the top, not so good when he's trying to slide the ball in. Great goal, and we went in half time 2-1, and just about value for it, for the simple reason that our goals were good goals. Theirs wasn't. Okay, we move into the second half, and we started off all right, but then, to be fair, they started getting control of the game, and our midfield was not up to it, to be honest. So we changed that. We changed that, and that didn't work either because within 5 minutes they scored two goals. First one across, the guy cut in. Poor Jack Buchanan fell flat on his face. You know, as I said, if there's going to be luck, it'll be bad luck. And the guy was left with a free run at the back four, and he fired it in with his left foot. Poor goalkeeper had no chance. 2-2. And then the inevitable happened. Shay Adams, scrambling the goalmouth, fell at his feet. He don't miss them. And 3-2, we down. Now, at that point, I'm thinking to myself, well, we're losing now, but we've carried such a threat up front that there's nothing to stop us winning this game. Certainly getting a draw at least. And then our referee took a hand in it. He was determined to make sure that Southampton, after all their possession, weren't going to lose this game. Deon Sanderson blocked the guy. I mean, it was a foul and probably a booking. He just blocked him. A body check, we used to call that when football was real and not this marshmallow stuff that we see now. And he whips out a red card. Now, we might as well go home then. We really did. Because this referee saying, you ain't going to win this game because I'm going to penalise you for the littlest offence I can. Anyway, it's like what happens. We we break forward. We're under the cosh, obviously. We're down to 10 minutes, but we break forward. Wonderful, wonderful run by Lang, who slips it inside to Stansfield, who fires it against the post along the deck. As I said, he ain't quite as good on the floor. But fortunately, he comes out to Bakuna, who smashes it in the net. It's 3-3. And I'm thinking, we could still win this if we can get the breaks. But we've got to defend. And unfortunately, the legs started to go. And it was, we were pleading for the final whistle. So what does the nice referee do? He adds on 9 minutes. 9 minutes of wasted time. Well, who was wasting that time? I'll tell you who was wasting that time. They were. When the score was 3-2, they were pissing about like there's no tomorrow. So they get the benefit of their miscreant behaviour. And eventually, again, we can't get the ball out of the box, and it falls to somebody, and he knocks it in the net. 4-3. Let's go up. We weren't allowed the opportunity to win that game, and it's so sad because as a football match, it was exciting. Both teams played some good stuff. Our goals were all tremendous. Theirs were all questionable. But that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. If you don't defend, you give the opportunity to the opposition to have the ball in your box, and if you do that, the ball's going to get stuck in your net sooner or later. Now, having wasted, sorry, having waited till Monday, I've been reading a few comments and whatever, and please, fans, look at these things as a whole. Yes, Buchanan, he slipped. That's not his fault. Everybody suddenly saying Sanderson let us down. Well, perhaps he did, but he didn't. He didn't do anything that we wouldn't have expected him to do for the good of the side, and he did make Stansfield's goal. I even got criticism of John Ruddy. Okay, the ball from the first goal, which was offside, went through his legs. Now that ain't good goalkeeping. But then he kept us in the game in the next half hour, saving everything they threw at him. Now, yes, you can point out people's mistakes, but you can't suddenly decide that these people tossers, basically. I use that word because that's the word that was bandied about by people who've seen the game, and most annoying, some who hadn't. You know, you know, if you haven't got an opinion that's based on some sort of authority, then keep your cup shut. You know, read what everybody else will say and then comment. But anyway, hopefully this will be on YouTube before tonight's Tilton Talk show. I think the Magnificent Seven will be very, very down in the dumps. Um, but hey, you heard it here first. When Wayne Rooney came in, we started a relegation battle, and we still ain't out of it. We've got a very good manager who sadly is in hospital, not able to do his job. As I said, if bad things can happen, they can happen to us. Anyway, keep smiling. God bless you all.